When I was a kid, there was notebook paper. We would all take notes in class, and each piece of notebook paper had 3 holes in it. And while I was taking notes, I would also, like many girls I'm sure, put flowers around each hole in the notebook paper. However, I would go a little further and eventually run out of room because the edge of the paper would prevent me from making a complete circle. And you notice I'm making just the same shape going around in a circle. And I learned very quickly how to make that shape the same as I go around that circle. So you see that I don't have enough room here to keep the design from getting cut off. I would do a lot of that in class. It helped me focus and not be visually distracted by things in the room or the teacher and the way they looked. And one of my friends saw these drawings and said, "Why don't you do that in the middle of the page?" I thought, well, that's kind of brilliant. So then I started doing them in the middle of the page. And I start with a circle because it was the easiest shape to start with. And if you want to do something like this, you can start with a circle. And then whatever shape occurs to you, whatever shape seems to fit inside or along the edges, that's what you draw next. Now, you notice I'm not turning my paper, but you are certainly welcome to do so. Because if you turn your paper, it makes it much easier to draw the same shape in exactly the same way every time. I've been doing this for, I'll just say over 50 years, since I was in school. And I've found that these designs sometimes, depending on where I did them in my mood, would reflect the activity or the mood that was in the room at the time. And after I would finish one of these designs, many times I would color it with my markers. I had every color. Since I've become an adult, I've become enamored of colored pencils. So when I finish a design, I color it in colored pencil. However, I make a copy of it first because I am so indecisive when it comes to color that I don't want to either ruin it by using colors that really don't produce the effect I wanted, or I want to do it multiple times with different color schemes. So you see, what I'm doing is I'm going around this circle, and that was a mistake because I put it in the wrong place. So what you do is you just copy your mistake. There, I fixed it. It's looking quite square now. And if you want it to look more round again, then just start filling out some of the sides again. But I would end up with the same design in a bunch of different color schemes, which was very satisfying. Also, when I make these copies, I copy them onto cardstock, which is a heavy paper, and I like the durability of cardstock as opposed to doing it on just a sheet of copy paper, which is very thin and also can get very wrinkled and creased and all kinds of nasty things. This notebook has very thin paper in it, but because it's in a notebook, it'll be protected by the cover. You notice that all of my shapes, though, have a tendency to be disjointed. They are not connected to each other. That is very typical of my style. Have you also noticed I'm left-handed? So when I find that I've reached a stopping point, I can just leave it like that. Another thing I can do is come back to it later and add more to it if I wanted to. One of the things I like to do is to draw a drawing in a certain configuration and then copy it onto my cardstock. Take that copy and add to it. Make a copy of that. Then take that second generation copy and add to it again, and you can see the growth of the design. That can be a lot of fun. When you do drawings like this, if you don't see your drawings coming out like mine, one of the things that you have to remember is to keep turning your paper. Like I said, I've been doing this for over 50 years, so I've gotten very good at drawing any of these designs at any angle. But you should practice drawing hearts and then turning your paper and drawing another heart, and turn your paper, draw another heart. You notice I'm not turning my paper, but if I wanted to, I could. For example, I'm drawing a diamond shape, turn my paper, draw a diamond shape, turn my paper, draw a diamond, turn the paper, draw a diamond. Hope I didn't make you dizzy there. But you will probably have more luck drawing the same design 4 times if you don't feel like you have to draw it upside down and sideways. So, this is video number 1 of Hyperdoodle. My name is Judy Messina, and I hope to make many more videos like this.